We're gonna drop the ball. I can see it fall from the blood red sky. We got to fight it all, and we race until we see the whites of their eyes. When the rain starts pouring down, revolution's such a lovely sound. I can see the shots are closing in, and there's blood in the water now. So what you fighting for? This is where we draw the line. This is where we draw the line. I hear your blood cry. Let me hear your blood cry. Let me hear your blood cry.
Oh, Hi, everyone, and welcome into Behind the Helm. If you want to watch this show live, tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Make sure to leave a comment down below, and we'll respond live. As always, find it, like it, share it, follow it. But if you want to watch the show after the fact, head on over to YouTube or on Facebook, where the shows are cataloged, and you can see all the comments and notes and still watch the show and any bonus content. If you just want to listen to the show, head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcast, Audible, wherever you can find a podcast, and just search up Behind the Helm. Enjoy the show. Episode 92. Episode 92, ladies and gentlemen. Big news today. We're going to talk about some history. We'll learn some things. We're going to have a little bonus content as well as finally tell you when season 2 is coming and how we're going to do that and what it's going to look like. It'll be a little bit of a shorter episode today, as I have to get over to D26, one of our vocational schools in the area, to present a couple giant checks for a lot of money to a couple of my future sailors. Congratulations to them and to all my future sailors out there, as most of them are getting ready to graduate high school. You made it. Good job for you and for everybody around the nation who are graduating high school. Look, maybe your plans fell through. Maybe you're not going to college or going into that workforce job that you thought. Look, I'm telling you, just go in and talk to a recruiter. Doesn't have to be Navy, Army, Air Force, anybody. Go in and look at what your options may be. It might surprise you. So episode 92, we're talking about Memorial Day today. Don't have an homage for the Eagle, right? Just, it's Memorial Day. He's good right now. All right, so you're on Behind the Helm, the Midwest #1 military podcast. Over 9,000 followers, 900,000 followers. Still trying to get to that 1,000. I haven't checked. We might be. I don't know. That's on Facebook. We're going to be changing some things. Season 2 might be a little different, and we'll talk to that in a bit. But what we're going to do right now, actually, let's talk about Season 2 first, and then we'll get into Memorial Day. Okay, so Season 2, I talked about it. Military move, and especially moving overseas, can be very difficult, and especially if you've never done it, it's a lot. It's a lot to understand. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to prep for, and I'm hoping that with Season 2, over the next, right at about a year, for the next year, we're still going to do some interviews with different people, but my plan is to document moving overseas and giving you tips, tricks, don't do's, things to look out for, things to look at prior to help you succeed in that move, as I'm already starting to find out things that I just didn't know. I've been in for 12 years. I'm chief. I've never moved overseas, and there's a lot that you have to prepare for, and sometimes having a little bit of information prior to can be very, very helpful. And we'll have guests that will help with that too, as well as telling their story. It's probably going to be more premiere, where I'm able to record it to show things, and it won't really be live anymore. It's going to be a little bit more, I don't think that we've ever necessarily been completely recruiter based, other than that's our job right now. I think we're always going to advocate for that, but it might get a little bit more personal, a little bit more candid in the season to come as I come off of recruiting duty. And I will make you a promise. I talked to him today. The illustrious EM2 Austin Levesque will be making a comeback once we are both out of recruiting duty in season 2. I don't think it's going to be the first episode of season 2, but we're going to record an episode together again, both out of recruiting duty, and go from there. So that's exciting. I still stay in contact with him. He's doing well. He's really starting to enjoy being on the cruiser. It's a big difference in the carrier. Maybe we'll get him talking about that when he comes on. So that's coming. This is the last episode of season 1. Season 2 will start next month. However, it will not start next week. Next week, I'm going to take a week off. I have some people who are going to be on deck. I might have to be on the run. And quite honestly, I need some time. So, you can look on the different platforms, the intro videos that we have. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you are, Audible. If you're listening there, you know that the intro and the outro are very much to what we do, and it wouldn't really make much sense for season 2. So I have to re-script and re-record those and get those ready to go. So I need at least a week to do that. And I know what you're thinking. Well, couldn't you have been doing that? No, like there's a reason that we fell so behind on the audio, and I promise you that myself and Petty Officer Levesque, once I'm out of recruiting duty, we're going to have an episode where we talk about that, the struggles of the podcast, and trying to find the balance with the work, with recruiting being as challenging as it has been. Rewarding, but very challenging. It was hard to do both. So, no, it's a lot to take on. So, especially by myself, I think I've gotten a handle on it. But trust me, I miss having somebody here to sit next to and talk to about the show during the show. It's kind of weird to do it by yourself, and as well as having somebody that was a lot more of the technical expert. If something happened and this computer ever crashed that has all this stuff on here, there is no way I would be able to do this. I did set up a new scene though. Let's check this out, because I'm going to come over here for these comments. Hey, it's not the greatest camera, but it's there. Looking at the comments over here. I see a few. Polish Kid 17, Huya Navy, thank you very much. That's over on Twitter. And you doing the Murph for Memorial Day. Do I look like somebody who's doing the Murph? No, I don't. I don't do the Murph. I do my 22 push-ups a day, but I don't do a Murph. Thank you for asking. Slattery, I see you out there. Huya Rhoda, absolutely right. I just found out my CSMM made Master Chief out there. He'll be gone before I get there, but he got extended 6 months, so he's been a wealth of knowledge. I know I've talked to you a lot. And then I see you out there, Peterson. Good to see you, man. Hope everything's going well. It says, enjoy Rhoda. I loved my time there. That's what we keep hearing, so I can't wait to kind of get the opportunity to do that and to document getting there and how that process works. It's a lot. So with that being said, again, you're here on episode 92 of Behind the Helm. It's going to be the last episode of season 1 before we get to season 2. There will not be an episode next week. Okay, so you're going to have to give me a week. However, we're going to talk about Memorial Day because it's the last episode before Memorial Day. Now, like you may have read on the description, you know, what do you think of Memorial Day? What is Memorial Day to you? Most of the time it's Memorial Day weekend to most people, and that's fine. You know, it's open in the pool, it's barbecues, cookouts, family gatherings, races. The Indy 500 is always Memorial Day weekend. It's this weekend. You know, for some people, it's their wedding anniversary. I don't know who. But most definitely Memorial Day this year would be myself and Claire's 1-year wedding anniversary. It actually fell on Memorial Day. I thought it would be really smart to have it on Memorial Day weekend. That way I could never forget when it was without fully thinking that it changes the date every year. Whoops. But anyway, these are the type of things that we tend to think about. But what is Memorial Day? Where did it originate from? And what does it really mean? So it really depends. There are some things that it depends on who you ask or who you talk to as to what it means or what it should mean. And one thing like active duty and veterans, you know, tend to take advantage. On Memorial Day, there tends to be special discounts, freebies, bonuses, stuff like that at different restaurants, free food and discounts places. And some people don't like that. Some people feel that it shouldn't be on that day, that's why we have 3 different days. We have Armed Services Day, we have Veterans Day, and we have Memorial Day. Armed Services Day for those who are currently in the Armed Services, Veterans Day for those who have served and are veterans, and Memorial Day for those who served and passed. But, you know, I don't feel that way. It's my own personal opinion. You know, it just depends on who you are. A lot of these things, I think that, you know, a lot of people in the military sacrifice a lot of time, miss a lot of time with family, and do a lot of things, and sometimes putting themselves in some of the most dangerous positions that you can be. I'm not saying that doesn't happen on just the streets and different jobs too, but, you know, I feel like these type of discounts and things should be there all the time. Maybe not free, But, hey, okay, we get 3 days a year if we're active or veterans, and Memorial Day is one of them. It's fine. I think we deserve the 3 days a year, but that's me. Okay. But there's a history to Memorial Day. And I think it is good that we get families together. We have these cookouts with friends and stuff, but we should take a moment to recognize why it's a federal holiday, why pretty much everybody has Monday off, and what it really stands for, what it means, where it came from. Okay. So again, episode 92, Behind the Helm here, May 25th, and Memorial Day is right around the corner, coming up on Monday. So here's a little history for you. Memorial Day was formerly Decoration Day in the United States. This holiday, it's always the last Monday in May, okay? It moves. Honoring those who've died in the nation's wars. It originated during the American Civil War when citizens placed flowers on the graves of those who had been killed in battle. More than a half a dozen places have claimed to be the birthplace of the holiday. In October 1864, for instance, 3 women in Boalsburg, Pennsylvania, are said to have decorated the graves of loved ones who died during the Civil War. They then returned in July 1865, accompanied by many of their fellow citizens, for a more general commemoration. A large observance, primarily involving African Americans, took place in May 1865 in Charleston, South Carolina. Columbus, Mississippi, held a formal observance for both Union and Confederate dead in 1866. By congressional proclamation in 1966, so here's the official, right? By congressional proclamation in 1966, Waterloo, New York, was cited as the birthplace, also in 1866, of the observance. Okay, so in 1966, Waterloo, New York, was cited as a birthplace in 1866 for the observance. In 1868, John A. Logan, the commander-in-chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, an organization of Union veterans, promoted a national holiday on May 30th for the purpose, and quote, for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion, end quote. Now, that's kind of the start of it, but that's why it was called Decoration Day. So what happened? How did it become what it is? So after World War I, as the day came to be observed in honor of those who had died in all U.S. wars, its name changed from Decoration Day to Memorial Day. Since 1971, Memorial Day has been observed on the last Monday in May. A number of southern states also observe a separate day to honor the Confederate dead. Memorial Day is observed with the laying of a wreath at the tomb of the unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia, and by religious services, parades, and speeches nationwide. Flags, insignias, and flowers are placed on the graves of veterans in local cemeteries. The day has also come to signal the beginning of summer in the United States. All right. There's also something that was left out here, and I just realized it when I read through this, when I looked it up, but it was originally Decoration Day, and before it became Memorial Day, no, it had it in there. Anyway, so yeah, so that is the history of where Memorial Day came from. So originally it was just about the Civil War and those who had lost their lives there, and then after World War I, it became more about those who lost their lives in all U.S. wars. So originally, that is what the purpose of Memorial Day is honoring those. Okay, so get together with your family, get together with your friends, have those cookouts, go to the race, do those things, but at least take a minute to remember those people, whether it's somebody in your family or not, right? You can thank somebody. I wouldn't have the job I have today if it wasn't for those who lost their lives in those wars. Maybe we'd all be speaking German or Japanese or, You know what I mean? So it is important to recognize the past and what people did to make what we have now, including the bad and the good. All right. Again, this is my opinion. It's not the opinion of my command or the opinion of the Navy by any means, but you can't erase history, military or otherwise. You erase it from memory, it leaves it open to happen again. So even the bad things that happen, we need to remember those things. So, there were people who were involved that lost their lives to be able to get rid of those type of things. So take the time and have a moment of silence on Memorial Day for that purpose, if none other. We can't erase what happened like in World War II. We can't erase the Holocaust. You can erase it from history books. You can do all these things. But if you erase it, you don't remember that it happened. It could happen again. So those type of things is what I mean. And people fought really hard to make sure that got eradicated and it got ended. So, and a lot of people lost their lives to do that. So be thankful. I'm not saying that you're not. And I know it's kind of sombering, and the video I'm getting ready to show is kind of sombering, but then we'll get to some happy stuff too. So episode 92, Behind the Helm, last episode of season 1, last episode before Memorial Day. It's supposed to be really nice this weekend, at least here in Indiana. So hopefully it's going to be nice for all of you out there, and you get some time with some family or to get to do something. Just get outside, go for a walk, something, right? You need to be outside. So with that being said, I would like to show you a video that the Navy put out. It was actually put out, I really like this video, but it's like 4 years old. U.S. Navy Ceremonial Guard sailors recite a poem in commemoration of Memorial Day in Arlington National Cemetery. U.S. Navy video by Austin Rooney, and it's been released, so I'm allowed to play it. But it was from 4 years ago. It's short, just a couple minutes long, a little Memorial Day video. I think it's really good. So let's take a look at this, and hopefully you enjoy it.
From open seas to far-off lands.
Squad, update.
They answered freedom's call.
And with each headstone, there stands
a reminder to us all.
Of those who paid the ultimate price.
And in hallowed ground now lay.
And so we honor their sacrifice.
On this Memorial Day,
So yeah, absolutely. Great video. A little sombering.
Hey, let me show you something real quick.
I will tell you 100%.
This t-shirt.
Sorry about that. I will tell you 100% that at Arlington, if you're up there, it's cool to see that for Memorial Day. But if anything, you should look around. Find like local cemeteries. They're going to do a lot of stuff. I know myself, I'm participating with. I'm part of the honor guard with our American Legion and VFW, and we do honors for funerals and stuff like that. And I'm very privileged to get to do that. I think it's a privilege to be able to do that and be trusted to do that. But we're also doing a service on Memorial Day at the cemetery, in the morning. and we're also going out and putting out flags and things of that nature. So, most cemeteries have that, or at least most legions, VFWs, try to do a presentation. Go watch one, if that's all you do. And if anything, just take a moment of silence and remember them. Remember those who are gone, right? It might not have been anybody in your family, but somebody else's family might be hurting. So, I know that our reserve center here in Indiana did a funeral for an active duty sailor who had passed away just this week down in Kentucky. So understand that there are people still now that are hurting from the loss of a family member who lost their life in service. So, take a minute, enjoy the entire weekend, but just take a minute and reflect on that. Understand what Memorial Day is about, and hopefully you all have a great weekend. Like I said, it's supposed to be nice out. Get outside and do some stuff. But I wanted you, I knew this was going to be a little bit shorter episode. I wanted you guys to, kind of get the history of what Memorial Day is, while also, kind of touching on some other things and what it means. And, I think what it means to a lot of military members, not all, again, this is just my opinion, like what it means to me, it's those who came before me. And that's the veterans too, but these are the ones that didn't get the chance to be a veteran. You know what I mean? Like they didn't get the chance to do that. So, honor them every day when I put on my uniform. So at least I think so. I don't know how anybody else feels, but like I said, short episode, just wanted you to know about Memorial Day, what Memorial Day is, and I hope that everybody has a great weekend. I tell you what, if you're in the area and you're going down to the Indy 500 at all, the Navy actually has what's called the Nimitz there. It's this big trailer that has like virtual reality and stuff in it. You can come check it out. And we have people stationed there that we have been for weeks, and it will be all through the weekend. And actually, if you come out there tomorrow morning, it's right across from Lot N inside the track. If you come out there tomorrow morning, pretty much any time before 1 in the afternoon, I'll be there. I'm working there tomorrow. So, I don't know, come out and see me. Maybe I'll try to record some of it for the show and show it as like bonus content in a couple weeks. So, moving on, like I said, this is the last episode of season 1. It is the end of, a lot that myself and Petty Officer Levesque put together. And hopefully season 2 will at least bring some knowledge to some people and keep being fun for me. So just with different schools and stuff coming up, I'm not sure how I'll be able to do live. So we're going to start trying to record and post. I think it'll work out pretty well, and you'll get a little bit better product, hopefully. So that being said, we do have some bonus content that we want to roll into. Haven't had some bonus content in a few episodes. So for those of you who are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those places, hey, I know this is a short one for you, but this is where that audio is going to end so we can roll into that bonus content. And it ended. So we're going into bonus content, episode 92, talking about Memorial Day. We're talking about the last episode of season 1. So what are we going to talk about for bonus content? Well, we talked about those Memorial Day discounts for military and veterans, and I want to go over some of them with you. So what do we have as far as going on this year, or the bigger ones that there are? So this will be for my veterans, my active duty, my reservists. Some of them for your families as well. So, take a look at these, or take a listen, I guess. Listen to these. You can also look them up. The one that I'm going to be looking at is from mymilitarybenefits.com. So that's the one that I'll be going over and reading off some of the stuff that they have. So if you hear this, the audio, well, it's not on the audio version, so sucks to be them, I guess. But Let's go through some of these. All right, so discounts to use this Memorial Day weekend for military and veterans. Memorial Day is a time to honor all those who have served and lost their lives for our country. We take the day to think about the friends and family we have lost, pray for their loved ones, and remember their sacrifice. For many people, Memorial Day weekend is also the beginning of summer. This is when pools might open for the season, when you know you can put away any of your cold weather clothing, and you might be able to find some discounts to use, either military or non-military related. Here are some discounts we have found to use this Memorial Day weekend. So food discounts. It's always food, man. Always giving away free food. I don't need free food. I need to stop eating so much food. Cracker Barrel. At Cracker Barrel, you can sometimes find a regular military discount. Memorial Day kicks off special deals and refreshments such as the Rocket Pop Mimosa and their signature Southern fried chicken meal basket. So it's kind of participating Cracker Barrels. Firebirds Woodfire Grill. They offer a Treat a Hero special when you dine with an active duty member, a veteran, or a Gold Star family member. They will receive a free meal on Memorial Day. I really like that they added a Gold Star family member. I think they get forgotten, and that's that. I mean, they're literally what's left from, so that's awesome. I love that they added that. Fuddruckers, 15% off with military ID. Joe's Crab Shack. At Joe's Crab Shack, they offer 15% off to U.S. military members and veterans on Memorial Day. Kona Grill. Kona Grill offers 20% to active duty veterans and first responders in honor of Memorial Day. Outback Steakhouse, 10% off with military ID. I-5 Pizza. They have offered free pizza to members of the military, veterans, and retired military on Memorial Day. It says they have offered. Like in the past, I don't know that they've really put it out. Sonic Drive-In. Sonic has offered a buy one, get one free hot dog special on Memorial Day weekend. TGI Fridays. They have offered a 25% off on all family meals and platters during the Memorial Day weekend. Fun places to go with Memorial Day discounts. Cincinnati Zoo is offering free admission to the military on Memorial Day for both active and retired military. You can also purchase up to 6 half-price admission tickets for members of their immediate family. You must show your military ID at the zoo. Colonial Williamsburg. My in-laws are actually there right now on a trip. My father-in-law had messaged me yesterday, said he sat through a class or like a demonstration where he watched how they made firearms in the 1700s, which I had to learn about in my gunsmithing school, and I've been to Colonial Williamsburg, so it's pretty cool. Colonial Williamsburg is a historic experience for your entire family in Williamsburg, Virginia. They are a part of the Blue Star Museum program and offer one single-day museum ticket for active duty personnel and up to 5 family members to the Arts Museums of Colonial Williamsburg. This is valid from Armed Forces Day through Labor Day. On Memorial Day weekend, all military, including retirees and veterans, have received free admission for themselves and up to 3 dependents. Reed Park Zoo, which is in Tucson, Arizona, is welcoming military veterans. All right, so that's kind of specific. Silverwood Theme Parks. Sunsplash Family Water Park in Florida, Cape Coral, Florida, offers free one-day admission for active or retired military and disabled veterans on Memorial Day. All right, so furniture and retail Memorial Day discounts. Academy Sports typically offers 10% off between May 1st and July 4th. You must verify your military affiliation through ID.me, which is ID.me, for online purchases, or show your military ID when shopping in when shopping in person. Excuse me. Article, where you can buy sofas, chairs, tables, and more. They are having a Memorial Day sale that ends on May 31st. I don't know if that's just a sale in general. It's not necessarily military. Avocado Green Mattress. At Avocado Green Mattress, you can find a 5% military discount. Verify with ID.me. JCPenney offers clothing, home decor, and more, and is having a big Memorial Day sale. But again, that's for everyone. Pier 1, which offers furniture and home decor, is having a Memorial Day sale. Rack Room Shoes normally offers a 10% military discount on Tuesdays, but on Memorial Day, you'll receive 20% off. Sleep Number typically has Memorial Day sales, but that's, again, for everybody. Walgreens, beginning May 26th through May 29th, customers with a My Walgreens membership and valid military ID or proof of service will receive 20% off regularly priced products at any Walgreens or Dwayne Reed drugstore nationwide. The My Walgreens customer loyalty platform membership is free and can be obtained at checkout. Restrictions may apply. This offer is valid for veterans, military, and their families from 5/26 through 5/29 with My Walgreens and proof of service. In-store offer only valid in Walgreens or Dwayne Reed stores. So there's that. Let's see. And that's all that they really have listed. There's a lot more. It's really just kind of spread out. So, keep an eye out for that. But those were the big ones, at least off of mymilitarybenefits.com, that I want to get out to you. And it does say still at the bottom of this article, never forget on Memorial Day, we remember those we have lost and will never forget their sacrifice, no matter how we spend the day. They are always in our minds, and we as a nation are forever grateful. And I'm grateful to all of you who stuck around and listened to this or watched this. And like I said, short one, but just about perfect time because I got to get this stuff gathered up and get over to this school. So I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in a couple weeks for season 2. Man, season 2, can't believe it. Anyway, I really appreciate everyone, and hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. See you guys later.